beseech thee. Guide us through these troubled times, and lead us to eternal draft glory.
Smite down my enemies.
Should we get the show started?
Ready to dance this week?
Well, I don't know if anyone really has been appreciating our dance moves.
I would be surprised if they weren't.
Well, they haven't said anything about it.
No, it's disappointing.
Do you reckon anyone's watching this intro right now?
I can only hope, Shane.
Do you reckon if we try and give out a stud point, someone will comment?
Oh, I reckon. Yeah.
Alright, first person to comment, hashtag I love FMDT.
One stud point to you. Alright. I like it. Beautiful.
Welcome to FMDT episode 6.
Woo.
Yeah, we're going great, guns. It's just the two of us this week.
That's right.
Yeah, all on our own. Nice little.
You've ruined all the suspense, Shane. Yeah, and what do we have coming up this week, Shane?
We have
all
our regular segments. Trade talk, which is very quick, and the weekly wrap, the studs and duds, and the look ahead.
Look ahead.
Plus a special segment
that we'll find out about. Yep, make sure you check the description. It'll have all the timestamps for you so you can jump ahead to whatever you want to. But I recommend you watch everything because it's all really good. Before we get going though, Shane, let's talk about that record of yours, 0 for 6. As you well know, last week I decided to Photoshop an image for you.
Oh, you've done another.
Nah, I couldn't be bothered this week.
Right.
Yeah. I'm kidding, man. Of course I did. Of course I did. Of course I did. Do you want to see it? This is the February.
I came in underwear. No, that's terrible.
Shane, I'll make sure to play that clip over.
Shane Cyrus.
I came in like a
Shane Cyrus.
I never hit so hard in love.
Nice long fringe going on there.
Yeah. As you can tell, I really took the time and care to make sure that your head really fit into that one.
Found a photo from like 4 years ago.
Yeah. So we got February. We've still got 10 more months to fill up. So let's see how many more losses you can get.
And only what did we decide for? 13 games left before finals.
Yep.
Yeah. I need to win 10 of my next 13 games to make finals.
I think that's what we decided on, so his situation was looking pretty dire. But let's have a look at how everybody else has looked this week first before we get too stuck on you, Shane.
Yeah.
So we got the weekly wrap-up. We got, first of all, I've got the feature match from last week. Feral Drop Bears versus I Shot the Sherrin. So, Feral Drop Bears got 1468, but was beaten by I Shot the Sherrin, who got 1508. Took home the bacon. Was only a 40 point margin, which was a very close game indeed. Both teams loopholed. Max used Mzungu once again to great effect to get Oxley in, only for 77 though, but still good. And Ian got Varco in for a 73, which was kind of surprising that he'd want that in his midfield. Not his backline, but his midfield. But he actually sat out Ben Newton, who got 57, so it turned out to be a good choice for him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was probably his only good benching choice this week, as he happened to have Sam Fisher's 124 in his backline. Fielding Howe over him, Jeremy Howe, cost him 97 points and the match.
Yeah, that's the match.
Petrie also sat on his bench of 110. Could have put him on for Bruce, could have gotten 40 points, and that would have meant we would have had a draw, which would have been freaking amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm really pissed off that you didn't do that here. Max also had, he had a new acquisition, Kurt Tippett, who Sarko dropped after a lot of frustration. And I got to say that this was a pretty gutsy call by Max to put him on after.
Put him on the field.
Yeah, after a bunch of 50s. But he smashed it out, led his forward line, 102. Like, fantastic score, well done Max. And Sahil, what the hell are you doing giving Max more good players? Like, seriously, that's the last thing we need. So thanks a lot, Sahil. So with that result, Max actually jumps into third place, and the exact opposite end of the table, Ian finds himself in third last. Yeah.
I'd love to be third last.
I'm sure you would.
One point I just want to make.
Yeah, sure.
It's the feature match. And we had Ian in last week, and what he actually said to us was, "Oh, you should look at people's emergencies more.
Oh, he loves emergencies. Ian
and,
loves them.
and see like what scores they got, and if that would have affected the results of the
Well,
game."
we're looking at yours, Ian.
Yeah, we are looking at yours.
Exactly.
He had 375 points on his bench.
Ooh. It's got to be a record, almost.
Oh, it must be.
Alright, who do you have up for us next, Shane?
I think I have the Danger Zone and AFL Apocalypse.
Indeed.
It was an apocalypse again for Cam.
Oh,
Very unlucky to lose again. 34 points, so very, very close. I think you had a stat.
there's 4 people with over 9,000 points scored at the moment.
Yes.
2 of those sit at the top of the ladder, myself and Alec, and 2 of those, Kieran and Cam, sit well outside of the top 6 at the moment. That's just, those 2 are really unfortunate with their matchups so far.
Yeah, so another very, very close loss for Cam again.
Mm-hmm.
He did take out, with a vintage display from Corey Enright, 150 points.
That's an amazing score.
Takes out the 3 league votes for the match in a losing team. Cam again had super strong midfield. His midfield's just awesome. Except for Jake Melksham. Dropped off, started out the year with a bang.
Still starting in the centres, I see.
Yeah.
After all my advice not to do that.
But he only scored 39 this week. Scratchy did a bit of a loop-de-loop.
Did he now?
Brody Grundy, your favourite ruckman.
That stings. That name just stings at the moment.
For 105 points. So he just keeps on keeping on.
Who would have thought?
Scratchy was lucky to win this one with his 2 free agent pickups this week. Josh Glenn, 28 on the field. And
Can't be happy with that.
Mason Woods, 35. So he had massive scores from Armitage and Kennedy though to drag him over the line. So good win there from Scratch, and unlucky Cam. Good luck next week.
Bring back the barrel and password is Taco up next. So 1470 to 1210. It's actually surprisingly Alex's lowest score since round 1.
He would have lost to 7 other teams.
He would have lost to a lot of other teams. Incredibly lucky to come up against Nelson. A really, really, really terrible effort from Passworders Taco. So terrible that their own coach abandoned them. Didn't even show up to set a lineup. He started an injured Douglas. He's out for 6 weeks, man. You had a lot of time to get him out of your side. I hope you do it this week. Ricky Henderson, who got him a donut in the end because he also had James Kelly as emergency. And Bird, who was not even named in the starting squad. So really terrible effort from the selection committee there. Absolutely rubbish effort, Nelson. Alec, on the other hand, had a pretty good week.
He had a pretty average week.
He had a pretty average week, but he had a pretty good week from Mitch Duncan.
Yes.
So he got him 137 points once again, rubbing salt into the wound for Ian, trading him out. So.
Pittard had a shocking week.
Did he? Yeah.
60. I was at that game and Pittard, he was around a lot, but he made some terrible mistakes.
Yeah.
Which is what he's known for, so...
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so yeah.
Didn't look great.
Well, it's a long season. You don't want these guys that are going to be question marks for you, do you? And Alec also had Clancy Pierce once again. I hate seeing him do well. 106, more than on. He had a few new people in the backline. He got Gary Rowan and Martin Gleeson covering for Hodge and Seedsman. Probably wasn't too happy with how those two did. 36 for Gleeson, 69 for Rowan. I would not be surprised if he's looking for some better options this week. I mean, this leaves Nelson on second last, but he is incredibly lucky not to be last because he's got the lowest points scored and he's really putting in a rubbish effort at the moment.
Yeah.
Alec, on the other hand, stays on top.
Yes.
But for how long?
Oh. Well, Rockcliffe's hit his straps, so...
Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see, won't we?
He's going to be busting out 190s soon, so there's going to be no looking back.
I hope it'll take a couple of weeks at least.
Goldstein, Hodge.
All right. You got someone else to talk about? Enough about Alec. Jesus.
So next up is DK Smash and Man Eat Barcelona. So Sahil smashed the Smash.
Oh, yeah. Smash got smashed.
170 points. It was not really.
And I picked Ash last week, I think.
You fool.
Yes, it seems so.
Sahil's defenders got the 3-2 and 1 in the league medal.
Yeah, wow. His defense went bonkers.
Yench, McDonald, and Pickin. Or 112, 116, 123.
Well done for starting Pickin for once.
Yeah, Pickin is just going off. And the other thing for Sahil, his number one scoring midfielder, again, Mark Blue Caps. So 3 weeks in a row, 111 points. So he's just proven that it's not a fluke. Stevie J also is back with 117 points.
It's about time, right?
So his first score of the year. And the last point, Sahil had Burgoyne on the bench for 101.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to pick anyone from his defence to really drop there, but I mean, obviously Westhoff did pretty poorly, but geez, you know.
He's got 40 points on Westhoff.
That's a tough defence to crack into at the moment.
he could have cracked the 1600 mark.
He could have. How's he going to pick his defence this week? It's going to be a tough one, I got to tell you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
But good win from Sahil. And
congrats.
better luck next time.
Yep.
Smash.
Yeah, straight into our matches. So I took on Great Texpectations. I won by the finest of margins, and man was I lucky. 8 points, 1491 versus 1483, and I was sweating it out, man, I can tell you. In the final game, I had Lacroix, Yo, and Duggan.
Duggan? Oh my god.
And he had Gray and Burke, right? So, you know, I had 3 players, he had 2 players, but 2 very good players. But in the final quarter, I had a 29-point lead. You're probably thinking, you got 3 players, you're probably going to hold on to that lead. But man, Gray came out something fierce. 46 points in the final quarter. 46 points.
And he ran.
Duggan got 4 points in that quarter. And I was just, oh man, literally sweating at that point.
It before, Robbie Gray absolutely, I was at the game and he absolutely ran himself to death. He came to the bench with about 4 minutes to go and just collapsed and didn't move for 3 minutes.
Jeez, man.
He was just running non-stop.
That guy gives it everything. So yeah, I was really lucky to survive that one. It wasn't just that, to be honest. Kieran also had Sloan injured. So he went out for 67 points, as you well know from your RGT.
Yes.
So he's actually out for 6 weeks now, really unlucky Kieran. And Paparone was subbed for just 56 points, and he had 48 points at halftime.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm counting my lucky stars. Honestly, you know. Yeah, I'm really sorry, Kieran. The curse struck you real bad on that Sunday.
Jeez.
Yeah. So from my side, Yo led my backline. Just gotta give him a little shout out there, like I will every week from now on.
Yeah.
Gibbs got his first ton for me. But as far as giving out my love and hate, my love actually goes out to Mark Lacroix. I was watching the game, and Lecker was just an absolute, so good to watch. He really led West Coast to victory. I just love seeing the guy who really did his job well. He's racking up possession. He's just great with his disposal. Really, really good to watch. Yeah, enjoyed that. My hate though, Mark Murphy. I mean,
oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's not my lowest scorer, no, but I just can't find myself at any point of this season looking at my team and being like, I'm really glad I got Mark Murphy. You know, I'm really glad I made that choice in the draft to get Mark Murphy.
Well, I did give you the dud for it.
Yeah, well, it's I probably deserve. I'm just gonna stare at this guy all season. Unless someone wants to trade for him, please take him. Please take him. Please take him.
Yeah.
What else can you say? Let's move on. I mean, I won, so I can't complain too much. All right, you got yourself up for.
We're moving on, are we?
We are moving on.
So, I guess there's not too much to say. I was very lucky that I was just flat out this weekend. I didn't watch any footy except for the Port game, which I was at.
Which you went to, yeah.
Which was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
And so I didn't follow any of this very closely.
We didn't have too many players in that game, so it wasn't a big effect.
No.
Yeah.
I was more interested in Matthew Prittis, who I just traded into RDT.
Oh yeah.
I was just watching
or
him.
perhaps more interested in the fact that West Coast were beating Port. Like,
Oh, well.
you know.
My mum wasn't very happy, sorry. Not even Mother's Day present. Millsy, congratulations. I really thought I had a chance against you this week, but I did not even come close. 180 points. The main reason for that was I got Jackson Thurlow had 109 on Friday night on my bench.
She sure did.
And so then I thought, shit, I never get any hundreds on my ground, so I'd better get this score, but I got no one playing. So I traded in Dustin Fletcher just to celebrate his 40th birthday last week, and he wasn't playing,
Go the
so
dinosaur.
just get him a mention on the show. I thought, Dustin Fletcher, good move. So there you go, he was on the field, gets me 109 points.
No, he doesn't.
Out of nowhere,
The Kate.
Kate Simpson. Where did that come from? Like, was he? It wasn't anywhere. I couldn't even find any news about it.
When was the last time you prayed to this thing, Jane? It's coming back to bite. Well, it's not coming back to bite. It's biting all season, but...
Alex sends me a message halfway through the game saying,
Oh, yeah?
"Geez, how unlucky are you?" Or something like that. And
Oh,
I was
you
like,
didn't know.
"What's he talking about?" And I went and looked at the scores. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, "Oh, Simpson must be doing terrible or something." It's like,
Where's
and he's just not there. I had no idea. Like, I even checked before the game, and there was no laydouts. Anyway, that got me a donut on the field, and my lowest score of the year. Millsy won the game. I mean, Millsy got heaps good score, even with an 18 from Savage.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to notice I said heaps good. I don't know if I've ever said that in my life.
That's great. That was great.
Savage with an 18 and Hoskin Elliott on field again with a 33.
I'll make a loop of that. Heaps good. Heaps good. Heaps good. Say it again.
No.
No, alright.
So Hoskin Elliott's come in for 2 games now, an 11 and a 33.
Yeah, I know. He's got to stop fielding him now, surely.
So good one there from Mills. All league votes went to Millsy's mids, so his mids did pretty well. Lockie Neal, Isaac Smith, Adam Trelaw.
And how well are those top two doing this season?
Yeah.
Like, Isaac Smith has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I finally got hundreds from Luke Parker and Ben McGlynn.
Yay! McGlynn plays the game.
120, 103. Good on you guys.
Yeah, you got more than 100 on your field, so that's going to be a point of celebration at least.
4.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
It's all up from here, Shane.
So going to my love and hate, my love this week then goes to Ben McGlynn for busting out his 100.
Oh, yeah.
So your hate goes to your dud pick, and my love goes to my dud pick, who's turned out of his dud ways for the week.
Well done for 1 week. We'll see how it keeps going.
And my hate goes to Kate Simpson
Yeah.
for just inexplicably not playing. I still don't know why.
Yes, we'll have to find out from health sources what just happened there.
Alright, one more quick side note on David Zaharakis.
So I don't think you've said enough about your team yet.
Okay, David Zaharakis is very lucky that Kate Simpson didn't play. I drafted him pretty early. Maybe I just overrated him because of my Essendon bias and everything. And he averaged 96 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's averaging 69.
But he has been spending a lot of time forward, so you're probably praying for forward eligibility, to be honest.
Yeah, that's all I just... I don't know if he'd make it into my forward line.
I know, you've got Josh Bruce in there, like how can he knock that guy out?
Anyway, that's the week wrap.
Alright, so a little bit of trade talk this week. We had one trade go through, which I was really thankful for, otherwise this segment would have nothing in it.
Yep. Like last week.
Yeah. So Max and Ash had a trade. Max gave up Grigg and pick 13 for Ash's Kane Mitchell and pick 11. So Max got himself a draft upgrade there as well. Now, I've got a little bit of personal bias against Sean Grigg because I had him in draft last year and he did terribly for me. He had a 73 average. He only played 14 games. This is after 2 seasons of playing 22 games.
Wait, you drafted him?
I drafted him last season. Yeah, so I've got a bit of personal vendetta against him, so I'm not going to like this trade that much. Kane Mitchell, on the other hand, we saw him in action. What did you think?
Oh, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good, right?
He's always around. He's running. He's like just running all over the place as well, like Robbie Gray.
Exactly. Now that he's been unleashed, like off of, now that he's not getting the best anymore.
Yeah, if he's unvested.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm liking him,
Pretty
especially as
good.
a forward. So I was already liking this trade for Max a little bit. I like the fact that he was getting Mitchell, and then Ash gave him a draft pick upgrade, and so I think Max got a great deal here, to be honest.
Right, so Max got pick 11.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's the way it worked out. And so I'm giving Max 2 stars for this trade. Ash gets 1 star, and he's lucky it's not less.
Now it's everybody's favourite time.
Studs and duds.
That was the best one yet.
Thank you. Been working on it.
Oh, you've been just practicing on
Privately, in the shower. Just
it. We don't want to know. It's alright.
Too much info.
So, studs and duds this week. Starting with the scores. Highest score, Man Eat Barcelona. 1575.
Wow,
Low score.
that's exciting.
Is it?
No,
Oh.
it's not anywhere close to my high score. Try again.
So he gets a stud. Wait. A stud! Any guesses for lowest score of the week?
Yeah, I think it might be that really terrible guy who came up against Alec. Is that right?
Yes, Nelson, 1210. Which beat his lowest score of the week last week of 1250. So,
Well done for something.
see if you can do any better next week.
Yeah, all right.
So there's a dud point,
Yeah.
another dud point for Nelson.
He seems to be relishing these dud points.
He just
almost.
wants to overtake me on the ladder of dud points.
Let's make sure this not prize, but whatever it is. It's terrible, Nelson. You don't want to.
No, the biggest margin, Alec and Nelson. 260
This
points.
is gifting Alec these stud points.
Alec gets another stud point. Nelson gets another dud point. Closest game. Any guesses?
Wait, there was one that had me sweating out all weekend.
8 points, Bart and Kieran. So
Half a dud point.
Half a-
Half a dud point? No, don't give me half a dud point.
that's what you want.
Give me half a stud point, please.
half a stud point. It goes to each of you.
Thank you very much.
So next up is all of the players' scores.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert: none of the players have beaten the overall scores for their positions.
Boring. It's been a bit of a down week, hasn't it?
Yeah, quite low. But okay, so I'll start with the mids. The highest scoring mid for the week, David Armitage, 144
God.
for Scratchy.
Who would have thought that guy would be racking it up so much?
Just Armitage and Steven, both of them have just not stopped.
I saw during the St Kilda game a stat, and Armitage was on 42 disposals. The next best was 27. Like, that's ridiculous. That wasn't even full time. Like, that's just ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rux, second week in a row, Stephen Martin
Oh,
is
wow.
drawing with somebody else.
And Louis even played, which is weird. Yeah. Drawing with someone else.
Yeah,
Is it Brody Grundy?
nah.
I think.
It's the equally unexpected Mark Blickabs
Oh, God.
on 111. So Martin and Blickabs
Oh, wow.
just beating Brody Grundy's 109.
Good.
He was third. Forwards, Robbie Gray, 134.
Yeah, sure. Took me
Keeping
that
you
one.
on the edge of your seat. Kieran.
Took me all the way.
And then the defender, who was also the top scorer for the round, who gets the stud point.
Is it? I know who it is.
Corey Enright.
Yeah.
150 points for Cam. Congratulations to Cam, man. Old school Enright.
Cool. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Still got it.
So Cam gets, another stud point. He's been consistent the last 3 weeks, picking him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lowest scores on field.
Uh-huh.
The horrible dud category. Some honourable mentions go to Taylor Hunt's 34, Hoskin Elliott and Cunnington's 33s, Josh Glenn's 28, Jeremy Howe's 27, Bastonak's 26. But the winners, equally on 0, go to Cade Simpson and Ricky Henderson.
You mean the losers, but yeah, sure.
The winners of the dud point.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Me and Nelson
Yeah.
get a dud point each for our... Well, mine was a failed loophole. Mine was unlucky, his was stupid.
His was stupid. His was just, yeah.
But we both get a dud
But you
point.
still got punished by the voodoo god Shane, and so you must take a dud.
I was already being punished.
I know.
Alright, the stud point for... the dud point for the highest scoring player on the bench. Honourable mentions go to Sean Burgoyne, 101.
Ooh.
Zach Clark's 106. Drew Petrie's 110.
Ian.
But the winner is also Ian.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought this might be the case.
With Sam Fisher's 124.
The one that could have won in the game.
Yes.
Especially the fact that it could have won in the game.
Yes. So, dud point going out there to Ian. Free agent. The best free agent pickup for the week.
Oh, yeah.
Any guesses? Top of your head? It's been mentioned a couple of times.
Kitchell?
Nah. Close.
Kurt Tippett.
Yes. Kurt Tippett.
Don't even think of him as a free agent. Why was I was release him like that?
102 points for Max.
Trade the guy. Such a rage trade. I mean, rage drop.
There was actually in the free agents, there was like 3 or 4 players on 90s and a couple on 85s and stuff, so there's a lot of good ones this week.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't write them down.
Of course not.
But
Only matters if you're number one. I
Yeah.
don't care about the rest.
So, stud point to Max. The last thing is the league medal.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis is still out in front on 8 points.
I know, you didn't play this week.
By himself.
What is this? There's 1 week left where people can catch him. Come on.
So, Heppel and Ebert are both still on 7. Neither of them got any votes.
No, how about it do so well?
But Lockie Neal and Isaac Smith have joined them on 7.
Ooh. Lockie Neal and Isaac Smith,
Yep.
both from Millsies Megaheads.
Yep.
Whoa.
So there's 4
There's
people on
the
7.
Megaheads.
And joining Goldstein on 6, you've got Brendan Goddard
Uh-huh.
and Mitch Duncan and Jack Stephen.
Ah. Oh, that's alright. It's Brendan Goddard's in good company.
So there's a few people.
So basically you're saying that the only people I have in the league medal votes are Bombers players.
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
And that wraps up my segment. We've reached the final segment of our show now. The look ahead.
Yeah.
But first we need to look back.
Yeah, so we had a bit of tipping last week. Shane and I ended up on 4 tips each. Shane ended up tipping against me to his detriment. I ended up tipping Asher and I don't know, someone else. It was all 4 each, but the real winner, surprisingly enough, was Ian with a perfect 6 for 6. So well done to him.
So I'm going to have to buy him a Whopper.
I don't know if we have the budget.
We don't have that,
man,
we don't have that
because
sort of budget.
I don't think so. Maybe we can find him some sort of coupon for like a 2 for 1 or something.
Alright.
That'll do.
Deal.
Cool. But yeah, so we're still even, so game on.
Yeah, we'll start keeping track of it. It's a new initiative.
That's it. Yeah. Feel free to pitch in your own tips if you want, actually, if you want to comment. So let's kick off the week ahead, the look ahead, with yourself, Shane.
Yep.
Cornflakes versus Grey Texpectations.
So it might be time that Great Texpectations gets a win.
Writing yourself off already?
No, I'm not.
No, of course not.
We're both coming off of losses.
Yes.
Yes. I have a few changes at the moment, pending team selection and free agent rotation.
Right?
But at the moment, outs are McGovern, Rovat, Crouch and Robertson. In comes Carazzo, Stokes, who was supposed to be coming back for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Broadbent comes back in onto the field, and Bennell comes back in after his drinking ban.
Let's hope he's stopped his alcoholism.
Kieran also has some big, or a big out in Rory Rory Sloane.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, he's
Yeah.
out, okay, so he's out for cheaper injury for 6 weeks. He's also, I've noticed, put in Ollie Wines. Maybe a bit hopeful, probably. See if
Yeah.
that eventuates. Yeah, I'm not sure on his status, to be honest. Joel Selwood, I've noticed he's got in there, and he is potentially out with an injury. Probably going to be monitored during the week. But if he misses, that's 2 huge outs for Kieran. So that could really swing in your favour, Shane. Yeah, it's pretty much what you need.
With Stokes and Burnell coming back in, it's all coming up, Shane.
I'm curious why I've put Matt Crouch, completely ejected him out of the team. I mean, picked him up last week. You've already had trade offers fired off, I've seen, at him.
Because I don't want to put him on my field until I know he's not going to be a sub.
Yeah.
And I put Zaharakis emergency because he's playing Friday night.
Quietly, I think that might come back to bite you.
Okay.
But we'll see. I don't think these odds are too correct because it's surprising that Great Texpectations is such favourites with Sloane out. I guess your team is not that great. But if he misses Joel Selwood as well, I think this is a pretty even looking battle. Hopefully you get Cade Simpson back, right? Hopefully you get another loophole. As far as my predictions go, it's about time you won one, Shane. But it's also about time that Great Texpectations stop having all this terrible luck.
Lucky losses.
So I've got to go with Kieran here, and I've got to probably make you another Photoshop image next week.
Okay, I'll go with Shane.
I'm running out of ideas though, seriously. Like, give me ideas, people. After 2, yeah. It's the extent of my creativity. Next up, we have the Feral Drop Bears versus
Millsies Megaheads.
So we've got the Millsies Megaheads in as favourites, $1.51 to $2.68, and they've had one change. Jong in, and Tull out. Feral Drop Bears have got Newton in for Viney. Now, I'm not sure why Jong is in, because I'm pretty sure he's meant to be out for 2 weeks, so that's a bit of a strange one there. It's, to be honest, to me, this is a pretty even battle. You know, it's...
The odds have it quite far out.
They do, and I noticed that Ian only has 2 people projected to score over 100. Millsies got 4 of them. I love Millsies' 2 midfielders, Lockie Neal and Isaac Smith, his 2 biggest projected. Those guys have been absolutely on fire, and they're killing it. He's got Dom Sheed on field.
Sheed's found his way back.
I don't think Lin Jong will be back. I think he's going to have to start someone like Adam Sard or something. He doesn't want Shane Savage anywhere near his field, so he's obviously taking... I don't think he should be his emergency, to be honest. I think he should be probably dropped. Ian obviously hasn't really looked at his team yet because he's still got Sam Fisher there on the bench.
Well, he's taken out Viney and brought in Newton.
Alright, yeah.
So he's looked at his team. Fisher and Petrie haven't moved from the bench though.
He hasn't actually, because I think he made that swap
on Saturday.
Right. And so he's reverted back to his team from previous before that. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to not look at Lockie Neal and Isaac Smith as being the match winners here once again. I love his Lockie Anderson pickup from free agency as well, and I'm liking the look of most of his side roughly at the moment. I think Will Hoskin Elliott should sit, and if he does, I think I like Millsy here.
Oh, yes. I will go for Millsy as well.
Okay, awesome.
In the battle of the Ians.
In the battle of the Ians, who will be the best Ian?
The Danger Zone versus I Shot the Sherrin. So both coming off wins. We've heard late breaking news. The Danger Zone has 9 free agent requests in, so his team could look quite different by tomorrow.
Yeah, when he wakes up tomorrow morning, it's going to be a surprise to him and to all of us what the hell he's done, to be honest. Well, that's pretty much the story of his team, to be honest. He just keeps recycling these people out. So he's got Mason Wood, he's got quite a few people. He's got Ben Jacobs, who he's been sort of cycling
Jacobs
in with
and McMillan.
McMillan all season.
Yeah, he's got Josh Glenn there, he's got Robbie Tarrant.
He's got a Cam Guthrie in there.
Taylor DeRay.
That's it, man. Even Lewis Taylor, these are all people that It's going to be a bit iffy
It's
about
likely,
Willis doing.
yes.
Yeah.
However, he's only $2 to $1.83.
And Dale Thomas for some reason projected to get 0.
Right.
And has a cross despite having played last week, so I have no idea what's going on there.
Also, Max has made some very strange moves.
Tell me.
Kurt Tippett is out of the team.
Really?
Yeah. Where's that come from?
Turning up. Not good
scoring
enough.
forward.
Alright, who's in? I mean, who could possibly replace him?
Montfreeze, who's not on the field. So... Kitchell. I see. Gain Mitchell has kicked out Tippett.
That's interesting, because he traded in Kishore last week, didn't start him, put in Tippett instead. Now thinks Sydney's not looking so good.
Yeah, interesting move. Salem comes in for Broomhead, and KK makes his way onto the field.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's you know he's got decent plays there to throw around. Whether it makes or breaks his team, well, it's pretty much a bit up in the air there.
Yeah.
I reckon he could be really regretting that choice, or it could be a stroke of brilliance.
It's got to go one way or the other.
Honestly, I don't know. That's the kind of play Kurt Tippett is, though. He's either going to go big or not very good at all.
Same with his final forward and his first forward.
Cloak, yeah.
Schultz and Cloak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I guess you can't have all three of them on your field.
Yeah. You watched the game with Schultz last week, right? He was carrying a bit of a niggle there.
Yeah. In the last quarter, he was like, he couldn't run.
But he just kept going anyway.
They literally just made that sub when that happened.
This is terrible timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have subbed him off, but that was right when that happened.
So I don't know if he's good to go this week. I assume he would be. He's a pretty tough character.
Yeah. I gotta give it to Max.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, dude, Scratchy, the Danger Zone has been really firing up lately, and it's been really surprising because he's had a lot of injuries. He's been having to play this free agent game a lot, and it hasn't worked out too well for him, but somehow he's still scoring really well, you know?
He's got Brody Grundy and David Armitage.
Yeah, I know. that midfield is actually ridiculous. This is probably more hopeful than anything, because I would like him to knock off Max. Max is in third.
Knocking on the door.
Max is in third. I'm not going ready to be just well below everybody. I'll go for Scratchy. Alright.
I've got Max.
I think Scratchy will make some good free agent choices. He seems confident, at least. Alright, next up, DK Smash against...
Password is Taco.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much what he deserves.
He hasn't looked at his team yet.
No,
Still.
He's won one game, and it was his very first one. And he's just lost and lost and lost and lost and lost. And he's at full odds, as he should be, because half of his team isn't playing. And to be honest, Nelson, just pick up your game, mate.
At least just log in and set your team on Friday night.
What happened, man? He was our celebrity guest, and then
It's all gone downhill.
yeah, went to his head.
So Ash Hallahan goes out of his team for Matt Rosa.
So Rosa's been out for 2 weeks. I think he should be back this week. I think that's a pretty likely thing. As you can see, his centres are a bit needy, given the fact that because he got Sean Grigg in there, so he did need that guy. He needs Steve Johnson to bounce back, I think. He needs he did bounce back already. He needs him to bounce back again. He needs him to prove his
Stay in form.
Dane Henry had a bit of a low score last week. He needs to also get up there, but he's got a pretty good midfield line looking at it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a funny matchup, this one as well, because Ash always makes fun of Nelson for not really looking at his team, not really picking up his game. I think Nelson should be a bit more up for this game. I think this is a bit more of a rivalry that Nelson will want to win.
Okay.
You know, but can he do it? Like it's not whether he wants to. It's not who wants it more. It's about whether he can actually freaking do it.
Nah, he can't.
No, he can't. Can he?
No.
No. He's got no chance. No matter what he does. No matter what he does, he's actually gonna see how bad of a trade Redden and Rosa was for Scott Thompson. Yeah.
And Walters.
Yeah.
He will.
Yes, this is the week that'll prove it, Nelson. So I think that's both of us going for a DK Smash there.
Looks like
Just before the feature match, we've got
Man Eat Barcelona
against the Afl Apocalypse. It's very similar to the Millsies Megaheads theme.
Sahil coming off a win, but is coming in not as the favourite. $2.15 to $1.75. And neither player has made any changes to their teams yet.
I really like this matchup, to be honest. Sahil's coming off of a highest league score. Cam has been playing very well this year. You know, he deserves to be probably in the top 6. He's not.
Yeah.
He should jump into there. He's projected for a very big score this week. They're both projected for very big scores this week. Cam's favourite. And I mean, it's got to be about time that his
midfield,
that his fortunes turned around. Yeah, it's you know, it's those Frio players doing it for him. Monday and 5.
He's got 5 projected hundreds in his mids.
Yeah,
and they're really. It's hard to get projected hundreds in this.
It is. The projections don't like you very much. Sahil, on the other hand, has to play a bit of roulette with his defenders, and I mean, we'll see if he keeps Sean Burgoyne on the bench after his 100.
Yeah. I'd
suggest he won't, but who's he going to take off, you know?
It's got to be Westhoff. He can swing Westhoff into the forwards for Garlett or something.
Oh, well, that's just really good advice, and I don't know why you're giving him such good advice. I mean, why is he starting Jeff Garlett? Why? Why did you drop Kurt Tippett, but you kept Jeff Garlett? That makes no sense to me. God. He has a thing for him.
He's in Barcelona.
Clearly has a thing for him.
He's drunk on bloody sangria.
Sangria. Yeah, he's played Love and Lad. Bastard. I wonder if he actually gets to play, watch much footy up there.
I'd love to see Cam win.
Why not? You'd love to see Cam win, but do you think he'll win?
I think he can win, yes.
I'm going to go with Cam as well.
Oh.
I know, right? We're going for the favourite here, but the guy who's lower on the ladder, so interesting choices. Cool. Cam.
Quickly going through this.
Yes, quickly.
Bart, you're at $1.78 to Alex $2.11.
I have, and I made some changes.
A slight favourite coming in. You are losing the fabulous players in Brendan Whitecross, Mitch Golby, and Liam Duggan.
Couldn't disagree anymore with your assessment there.
Anyway, bringing in Courtney Dempsey, everyone's favourite Essendon player. Andrew Mackie, who is back, is he, from injury?
Maybe.
And Conker.
Andrew Mackie's been sitting on my bench for a long time now. It was one of those one week injuries. He played second round and then he shouldn't have.
He's been sitting there with Stokes.
Yeah.
In the coming back next week.
Yeah, coming back next week, and it's been weeks and weeks and weeks. He was a test last week. Could be back this week. Hopefully will be back this week. My first round to defend, my first draft defender, so it'll be a big pickup for me.
And Alec is getting rid of Cam McCarthy for the 7-goal hero in Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah, that's pretty good for him. I'm not sure he's going to repeat it again. I mean, it's not all teams are as easy to score against as the Hawks.
Yeah. Right.
So actually, I have noted that GWS are playing against Carlton, so...
Oh yeah, it's got a good chance there.
Yeah, but I've got my GWS players to fire back with Caniglio, Green, and...
You're actually firing.
Yeah, and Devon Smith.
Oh yeah.
So, take that.
So we'll go through the positions. I will take Alex's side, obviously. First up, backlines. Clancy Pearce is coming back to haunt you. Going to get 100. McVeigh, you don't have to talk about.
Why did the projection say he's going to get 101? Why? Why? His top scoring backman, Clancy Pearce. Fuck you, projection. Seriously.
It's that 1 free 4 that gives him the 101.
The what?
The 1 free 4.
Right.
Seedsman, I don't know if he's going to play. So he's back in his final 2 backs. Seedsman, I don't know if he'll play. And Rowan could do anything.
I'm sure Alec doesn't know if Caesar will play either. And yet, as he said himself, Ron can do anything.
Yeah.
Look, I would normally be willing to concede the defensive battle if he had his full strength lineup there, Seaman and Hodge. Given that Seaman's a bit of an iffy one, without him, I'm honestly not sure that he's got my number here. Let's start with Elliot Yeo. Elliot Yeo is getting premium scores, premium back scores. He's going to be a premium back. He is absolutely firing up. Now, look, if Mackey's back, I think I've got a pretty good option there. Nunes has, you know, he's one of those players that I think everybody started with him in RDT. I mean, you had to after his like preseason scores and.
Yep.
And he's just not been delivering, but he's still got a high ceiling. I'm still hopeful that he'll be able to do something. Then you probably look at Dylan Robertson and Jason Johannesson. You're probably like, they're nothing much. Johannesson has actually had over 20 possessions in his last 3 games. Pretty solid stuff. Pretty solid stuff. He adds in a few more. He adds in a goal there or a tackle or something. He'll do well. And Robertson, I'm liking. So I'm pretty confident with it, to be honest. But please, to God, let Clancy do nothing. Please let Clancy do nothing.
He's coming back to haunt you.
Yeah. Look, I'll happily concede the defensive line because I am aware that it's my weakest line.
I would give it to Alec if Seaman's playing.
Sure.
Centres. Do you have any comments?
I have a lot. It's hard to not look at these projections, but they're weird. So Caniglu is apparently my first midfielder. I don't know about that. He's good. I think Barlow will surely get up there very soon. Heppel. I've already mentioned who GWS are playing against, so I'm liking Green and Caniglu both. Mark Murphy and Bryce Gibbs. Look, Murphy, whatever. Please just get at least 80 points. That'd be nice. That'd be nice for me. Gibbs at least turned up last week, and I'm sure that he can produce well again. Everybody knows he's got the talent. And then I've put in Reece Conker there because I'm hopeful he'll come back and he's a better option than Duggan.
It should be Duggan. Alex got.
Where's he got?
The lowest projected mid of his, Tom Rockcliffe, who has started to hit his straps, come in, played in the forwards, got a 70.
Has he though?
Has he? The mids,
has he though? He's basically been broken his ribs, been concussed, come back, slowly started getting his shit together.
Yeah, 77, 95, this week 110.
I don't think this is the week. Okay, I don't think this is the week of a big score yet. I think he's going to work towards it. I think Alec is going to have to wait.
He's going to get over 100.
Ooh, what's the call? Do you want to bet?
Alright.
Alright.
What do you want to bet?
$10.
Alright.
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 Alright? Oh, I don't want to do that at all. That's such a bad bet. Oh, that's such a bad bet.
Alright.
Alright, it's on camera, and that's horrible.
Ellis hasn't missed a beat. He's like, his lowest score is like 95 or something. Swallow and Gibson are just waiting to fire, and if Kangaroos do well this week, and they both do well, and the Blues are playing GWS, so they're not going to touch the ball the way GWS are going. Mark Murphy and Gibbs aren't going to get any points. So Alex midfield are looking good.
I'm more annoyed about making that bet than anything else. It's like lose here. Rockcliffe goes off. What was I thinking?
I don't know.
You got me. I disagree.
No, I know you will.
Look, seriously, if Green doesn't step up here, because I've been sick of his shit, if he doesn't step up against freaking Carlton, I am
free agent.
I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm going to have some harsh words with him.
You're going to Kurt Tippett him?
I'm going to call him up. I'm going to call up his mother. I'm going to tell her that Toby Green is not doing what he should be.
So, the ruck battle. Aaron Sandilands versus Todd Goldstein. Next, forward battle.
Aaron Sandilands is up against the Bulldogs.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Sandilands is up against a rock in Ace Cordy. Aaron Sandilands will have a potentially record-breaking game here. You saw what Mike Pike almost did.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I can't see how Eric Sellens doesn't get every single hit out of this game.
So you reckon Sandy's got Goldie?
I reckon Sandy has Ace Cordy,
You
and that's good for me.
you may have slightly convinced me towards Sandy Little.
Look,
Although he got 51 hitouts in round 2 and only got 85 points. So.
yeah, I know. He's not. Look, he doesn't get a lot of disposals or anything, but I don't think it's going to be as big a margin as you might think it will be.
No.
No.
Alright, you convinced me.
Cool, thanks.
It's even.
Thank you.
Even rock battle.
Easily convinced. Let's go to the forwards.
The forwards. So we have Jeremy Cameron coming in up is 7-goal haul up against Carlton.
Yep.
So he's looking pretty good.
You've got JJK, who avoided season-ending surgery somehow. Well done.
JJK's coming up against the Gold Coast, and you know how he plays against teams who aren't doing very well.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I had the exact same point to say about Mark Lecras on my team. So
Okay. Kennedy and Lacroix.
let's call that even.
Cancel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dalhouse and Bontempelli can just cancel each other out. Cameron and Smith can cancel each other out, and then Motlop and Goddard can cancel each other out. So Alan Christensen versus Lewis Jetta. Who's going to win that battle?
You were making so many. Who did you say? Goddard and who?
Motlop.
Goddard and Motlop. Give me a break, buddy.
They're both projected 102.
I don't care what they're projected at. Give me a break. It's ridiculous. Do you know what Goddard scored in his last 3 games? 113, 124, and 119.
Motlop got 118 last week.
I don't care. I don't care. He's not on the same level, man. He's not on the same level. No way. No way. And also, Christensen is better than Jetta anyway, so I'm happy with
You
that.
should have just said that and it would have been done. So you get the forwards.
Thank you.
But Alec wins the game.
How? You just gave me most things.
I gave Alec the mids and the backs.
You gave him the mids? Oh, well, you know what? Shane, you're wrong once again, and I'm going to win another tip against you. I'm going to win against Alec. I'm going to top this league, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you.
Alright, there we go.
Thank you.
I need Alec to have a really good week this week and break Bart's curse so then he can have a Port showdown letdown and lose against me next
Yeah,
week.
because if I beat Alec this week, then he's just going to fire up against you, right?
No, if you...
That's what
No,
happens.
wait, yeah.
I curse Alec,
Exactly.
so then he bounces back the week after.
Whereas if he has a hard-fought match and just scrapes over the line against you, he's just going to relax next week and be like, oh, fuck, it's only Shane, that's alright. And then just pounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So watch out.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I mean, what if, first versus second,
It's very tense.
undefeated.
Very tense.
Both
Both projected very high scores, 1600, 1570.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Alec, I think you should expect some shit talk.
So yeah, I'll go Alec by 30. Close match.
Yeah, I'll go myself. Look, I respect Alec. He's got a great team. You can't just be arrogant about these things. You got to respect your opponent. I'll go.
Are you feeling alright, bud?
I'll go myself, of course.
Yeah.
But only by 30 points.
Oh, same.
I think it's gonna be close.
There we go. There we have it. Feature match.
There we go.
Very exciting this week.
Yeah. Who knows what's gonna happen?
And that wraps up the look ahead.
Yes.
Well, cheers for watching, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming along. Come back next week. Let us know what you think. Make sure to comment.
Yeah, please comment. We appreciate all your feedback.
And ask any questions, put in any tips, put in any sledges. And
Let me know what Photoshop image you'd like me to use next for Shaney here.
for Nelson.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. That's what I said last.
Confident? Yeah.
Alright.
That's it. I guess we'll see you next week.
See you later.
So, really like to look at you as Miley Cyrus. Quality. Quality image.
Heaps good, heaps good, heaps good, heaps good, heaps good, heaps good, heaps good. You weren't supposed to notice I said heaps good. What's that say?
I don't know.
Oh, congrats, Millsy. Oh, there you go. Jesus.
He just loves congratulating his opponent. A reasonably fair trade.
Projectile olives.
Grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah, the whole. I think we should redo the whole weekly wrap. I wasn't really satisfied with how that went.
Alright. So we have the feature match.
What am I meant to say?
I don't know. Alright. I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. I'll do
Fine.
it. I'll do it.
You
I'll
do
do
it.
it. Actually, no, you do it. I'm probably going to edit this out, right?
No.
You probably will. Jerk.
Don't open that.
Sounds like.
Alright.
Look how happy you are. It's the best face. It's the perfect face.